Oh, did you watch Don't Look Up?
I did.
And
I thought.
thoughts?
Well, first of all, I thought it had potential to be a fucking classic. I could tell they ran out of money.
No, what?
Bro, get
What do
this.
you mean?
Get this. Budget for the film, what do you think?
$700 million.
You're off by 1-0. $70 million. Okay.
Okay, $70 million. Okay.
How much of that do you think they paid Leo?
Oh, that's a good question. 40.
It's 30. And
Wow.
then Jennifer was 25.
Okay, so most of the budget went to
to
them.
talent. And then Timothy Chalamet, he was 5.
Yeah.
So call it an even 50. So 20
Jonah
million.
Hill? Jonah Hill too?
Throw another 5 out.
Yep.
Meryl Streep,
Another 5.
just chop the 5s down. So by the time it came down to make a film about going to space and all that, on the head, what's his face, who plays Hellboy? That was a cool $500K.
Yeah, he was great. Didn't even say anything.
So, what's crazy is I'm watching the movie. I'm like, why is this shit so familiar? And then I realized I auditioned to be Jennifer's character, the reporter boyfriend, the first one who worked for that news station. I auditioned for that bullshit. I've never, obviously I've not auditioned for many things, and I laughed. I was like, I would have looked like a little boy next to her. That is why they didn't cast me.
Is she tall?
I don't know, man. I just think that dude looked a lot older than I was. And I don't think I think if I had been casted for that role, everyone would have gone, is that kid 16?
Should have grown a beard or something for the self-tape, maybe.
Yeah. Well, I did, but here's what's crazy is that movie was in production for so fucking long. It was supposed to come out, I think 2019, because the production got put on hold because of COVID, but they're still doing auditions. And I did the self-tape in fucking New Zealand.
No way,
in 2020,
really?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
And then I went in after when we got back, they were still auditioning for it because it was in limbo. So I went in and I did the read in person. I started remembering the lines. I'm like, that is even crazy. I can remember this shit.
You're reciting them as he's saying them.
Yeah.
Alina's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
How do you know this?
Yeah, I just rolled my eyes up in my head. You have to go on the Daily Rip.
No,
my mom loves that show. What's happening? What's happening? What's happening?
And then you go, I don't know.
No, what I did do was I said them in unison, and then I paused the film and I ranted for an hour about how it could have been me.
See, this is the way I would have played that character.
Exactly.
I think his motivation in this is a little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I thought it was a good movie. All my friends hated it. They were all like, it's Redditor humor. It's all just, it thinks it's way smarter than it is. We get it, the climate thing and,
Yeah.
But I thought it was really funny. I thought the jokes were good. I thought the acting was incredible. Leo's character was great. All the characters were great, actually. Jonah Hill, Meryl Streep. They were all fucking great.
I think I get what your friends mean by Redditor humor. I think
so do I, but I just didn't. I'm not watching it that seriously. It's a comedy, so I'm watching for the jokes. I'm not watching for the narrative or for the commentary on the climate crisis. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'm not, because I'm not smart. I want to laugh. I want jokes. I don't want to think. I just even the fact that they kept calling back to the whoever that was, the senator or whatever that charged them for snacks. Just that was a reoccurring theme. That even in the end, she's lying there and they're watching the comment and she's like, I just don't understand why he would do that. That shit is funny.
Yeah, I think what made it... Okay, so I think what gave it the Redditor humor feel is I think the lack of budget. I think if those same lines were shot in a more expensive way, people wouldn't have thought that. When Jonah Hill had his little asides, when he had those little digs, if the scene was set up a bit more cinematic and then there was this kind of special close up on Jonah Hill where he leans into someone and says it and it's shot fucking anamorphic, people would have gone, damn, this is fucking funny. The quality is there. But because they just had to shoot it on one red and pan it around the room, I think that's what made it feel kind of cheap. I don't know.
Interesting.
I genuinely feel that's what took away from it. In some ways, and it's not their fault. They were trying to work with what they had, and then I think some of the moments were definitely improv, and I think that also made it feel Redditor humor-ish, where it kind of felt like people riffing, and then in the edit, someone's like, "Dude, this is funny. Let's leave it in." And
yeah,
I think in some way that felt a little bit cheap too. Because I think there was probably like a time situation where they're like, fuck, like we can't really like run through this scene like over and over. So like, why don't we just hit it a few times and you guys like go at it?
I thought that like the Steve Jobs or like the Elon Musk character, you know, like the tech overlord guy, I thought that was a little bit of a miss. He didn't really convince me. It wasn't a great parody, you know, like Meryl Streep was supposed to be Trump or a Trump-like president, right? Mm-hmm. And like Jonah Hill's whole angle on thinking his mom's hot was a play off of Trump thinking that his daughter's hot and all the weird shit that Trump said about his daughter. Mm-hmm. So like I thought all that stuff was on the mark. Like it felt like that was good commentary. And then that guy's character, the weird tech guy, it was just like, I don't really see, this isn't really real. Who is like this? Like they're all weird, but you didn't nail the weirdness of them. Yeah,
I do feel like the whole like supposed like Trump person, it felt super on the nose. But I think it kind of had to be. I think another part that made it feel really cheap and Reddity is like all those fucking superimposed graphics. Ugh.
Which ones?
Like with the like live chat and then like all the like showing tweets and
that's the worst. I hate when they put social media in a movie.
And then when they like referred to Leo's character as like astronomer I'd like to fuck and they like put those letters like on the screen like AILF. Yeah. I was like, oh God, man.
Yeah.
Fucking you ran out of money.
I did laugh at the phrase astronomer I'd like to fuck. I laughed at that.
Peak Redditor.
And Tyler Perry and who was the Kate Beck who was the female anchor? The morning show anchor?
Yeah. Hold on, let me look it up.
God, they were perfect.
They did really well. Yeah.
Perfect.
I think but yeah, some of that shit, that's the stuff where the improv felt like it dragged and like there wasn't a whole lot of intention. So I honestly feel like it would have been better if they had like a little bit more accuracy on some of the characters and some shit more subdued. The Trump commentary I felt like could have been more subdued. Like that to me made it feel like, oh, this is supposed to be like, you know, like it was trying to be a commentary movie.
One of the opinions I keep hearing is that it was good for the first hour and then it's when they turned the planes around or the ships around.
Yeah.
That was when the movie got shitty. Mm-hmm. And I think there's two ways you could view that. It's like basically literally saying that's exactly what we do. Because that's kind of what the whole movie, like if you're watching it as a commentary piece, that's what it's implying is that we're at the point now that that's what we do. Mm-hmm. That's what America would do is turn it around in with the small chance that there's minerals or whatever that we can mine for profit for whatever these giant tech overlords, right? Mm-hmm. Or it's just a fucking movie.
I think that's the part where it got mixed reviews as well as like the film at times felt like it didn't know what it was trying to be. Now, here's a hot take. True.
Yeah, what?
If the tech oligarch character, what if he was played by Ben Stiller?
Yeah, I love it.
See.
And was jacked as hell too.
Yeah.
This is actually probably a pretty good time to transition to the Jeff Bezos picture, honestly.